Hey my friend, this is Stone. I hope your week is starting off right, and I hope you're having a happy 4th of July. So what we're going to talk about today is how to have a team or how to have assistants when you can't really afford to. And I found myself in this position just not so long ago, and I used 4 strategies, and I still use 4 strategies to this day in order to have a team and have assistants for little to no cost. So I really think you're going to find this helpful. Go to stonejordan.info and subscribe if you haven't already. You're going to get these videos in your inbox every single week along with other goodies. So I hope you have a great day today. I hope you have a great week this week. Stay tuned and we'll talk to you then. Hey, happy 4th of July. I'm doing things a little differently tonight. I'm actually shooting this on the evening of July 3rd because I want you to be able to see behind me here. My wife and I yesterday, we were in the front yard and we noticed that people started bringing out their lawn chairs into their yards, and it started with 1 or 2 houses, and then as we looked, everybody was taking their chairs out. And so we thought, okay, we didn't realize there's some big fireworks display that's going to happen tonight. So we went out onto this deck, this was last night, and we just kind of waited. And all of a sudden a huge firework went off on the other side of our house. And no more than 5 seconds later, over here, another huge, I'm talking professional grade firework went off. And we found we were in some kind of keeping up with the Joneses scenario, okay? These people really get into fireworks and they really try to outdo each other, and that was the fireworks show. There was literally about 5 or 6 different locations where these professional grade fireworks were going off, and it went for like 40 minutes. And so I'm hoping that you're going to be able to see this, at least here, some of the fireworks and kind of get into the spirit of Independence Day. I don't know if you'll be able to see them or not. It's actually sprinkling a little bit right now, so I'm going to try to make this fast. But happy 4th of July. So we're talking about how can you get a team or get assistance whenever you can't really afford it or it's not part of your budget. And this can work for your goals, it can work for a specific project you're working on, it can even work within your business. And so I'm going to give you 4 strategies, and these are 4 strategies that I've personally used, and they may not be brain busters, but the litmus test for these strategies is, are they something that you're doing? Have you actually tried them before and not just saying, oh, I've heard this or I've thought of this? 1 or 2 might be that way for you, that they'll be kind of epiphanies, but most of them won't be. So the litmus test is, have you tried them? The first one is, have you offered a compelling vision to like-minded people? Okay, a compelling vision. Now, I also am a college minister as well as running my own business, and anytime that I want to get college students to help me with something, I have to offer them a compelling vision because I'm not paying them anything to help me. So I have to give them a vision of what we want to do in the future that they can get on board with, that I know is going to juice them. And so if we both have a compelling vision, then they're going to have a strong desire to help us to both get to that goal because it's something that they want just as much as what I want. So if you have a compelling vision for yourself, you really need to find like-minded people that are also going to be compelled for that vision. And then you really need to learn how to communicate well what your vision is to get them to help you, to move in the same direction. Not only am I using this with my students, but yet I have had people come to me, and I always get requests to help with different projects, and most I can't, but I'm working with someone right now because they gave me a very compelling vision of something they wanted, and it was very much in line with what I wanted. And so I'm helping them virtually for free for like an hour each week. So define that compelling vision and communicate it to like-minded people. That's really number 1. The second thing is, and I know you've probably heard of this before, but you might not have visited it for a while, is to go ahead and research, re-research what automated tasks your PC can do for you. And not just the PC, but all the programs that are out there, a lot of free programs. Now, the reason I'm saying to look at this a second time or to research this is because it is changing all the time as to what your computer can do. A really good example for me is that I used to have my assistant remind clients or remind associates of meetings that were coming up. That was something I would have my assistant do. Make a call, remind them, make sure that they are ready, and make sure they're still going to be at the meeting. Well, I don't know if you ever use Google Calendar, but whenever you set up a meeting in Google Calendar, it will automatically send a reminder to that person via email, and then whatever time you specify, send them a reminder before the meeting so that they can get back to you to say if there's going to be any problems. That's not something I have to waste the time of my assistant doing. It's automatically done in Google Calendar. And technology is changing so quickly. Just search for the things that you can have automated for you. And I'm actually putting a link in the blueprint at stonejordan.info. If you download that blueprint, a link to an article from Entrepreneur that it's basically the top things that you can have your PC do for you, automated tasks. So number 2 is to re-review what automated tasks your computer can do for you. So that's number 2. Number 3 is to get a very inexpensive, almost free virtual assistant. And there's some different things that you can do in order to get that cheap assistant, some different services that are out there. One is Fiverr, Fiverr.com, where you can get people for $5 to do virtually anything. Now, if you've never had an assistant before, Fiverr is a great place really for you to learn how to communicate what you want done. Now, I've used Fiverr, it's been a while, but whenever I did, I won't say that it was low quality, but I think you're getting what you pay for at that $5 mark usually. So rather than it being just a great way to have an assistant, a virtual assistant, it is a great way to learn how to communicate to a virtual assistant and make sure you're communicating things clearly and seeing whether they get done or not. So it really helps to train you to get used to having an assistant and giving them tasks to complete. That's kind of a starting point. But then there's a really inexpensive, more professional grade way to have a virtual assistant for virtually anything, and that's Fancy Hands. And the website is fancyhands.com. I'm putting these links in the blueprint so you don't have to remember them. But fancyhands.com, you can get a virtual assistant to do just about anything very, very inexpensively. So that's really number 3, is to have that virtual assistant. Step number 4, or key number 4, is to barter a valuable task that you are most efficient in. Okay? Now, the most efficient in is key because we're talking about time management and we're talking about being productive. You don't want to be trading or bartering tasks that are really time or energy intensive for you. You want to get the most bang for your buck, and you can offer high value. Just make sure you know what you do quickly and efficiently. So for me, it used to be web design. Back before there were content managed systems, back when it was just HTML and coding, I could create a website and then basically just give copies of that website with minor changes to individuals or small businesses. And I mean, that was literally, took almost no time for me to set up that website, and I could barter for different things that I needed within my business. So I could look to somebody else's area of expertise to get that help. Now, again, the litmus test for all 4 of these keys is, have you tried them or are you doing them? If you do these things, you can get assistance on just about any task. You can get assistance to help you reach your goals faster. You can get assistance to help you within your business. So I really hope you take these tasks to heart. I really hope you look over the blueprint and you actually do these things. There is a 7-day challenge on the blueprint to ensure that you do these things rather than just it going one ear and out the other. I hope you have a great week this week, and I hope you do utilize these tools to get some help within your business. Whatever you do, my friend, remember that this week is a gift. So do 2 things with it be both purposeful and productive. We didn't get any fireworks tonight. I might put a little clip here at the end of what we saw last night so you can see the fireworks. Have a happy 4th of July, and we'll talk to you next week. See, look, all around us. I wish I could catch them all at the same time, but all around us there are fireworks going off. This is the opposite direction, at the same time going off across the street. There's about 4 directions where heinous fireworks are going off.